Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Caliber, and we're playing Dragon Age Origins Awakening with a whole bunch of mods, and I have traveled back in time because my old recording of this footage got all corrupted. So, let's move along onwards. Vestments of Earthimiel. I've already seen all of these items. It looks basically the same as Anders' usual getup. As you can see, but it's just not as good. Alright. And we're missing still one other thing. And Papilophagus is trying to chew on the carpet again. Why don't you come and sleep over there? There you go. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is where we left off, so checked the videos and timed up my saves and all that, and this seems like where we were. Why don't you take a seat there, buddy? Yeah, seems like there are more of them coming. No? Alright. Well, let's continue on then. On to the next flesh pod and this giant armored ogre.
Quickly! We must fight! Fight! Let us do it quickly!
Alright, kill that ogre. Hey, put justice down. Nobody puts justice in a corner. Oh my. Well, these things are ugly. That all of them? That's all of them. Good job, us. What have you got for us? Concentrated deathroot extract. Why not?
As you say.
Speaking of why not, why do you have this on and not haste?
Don't give them the advantage!
Shouldn't you just always have haste on?
We must fight! Let us do it quickly!
Where'd haste go? What the heck? It is on. And the fleshapod has a crystal in it. We still need a few more crystals, but once we've got them all. Got a crystal them all. Crystal mon. Boy, that has quite a cooldown on it. Full 30 seconds.
There!
Hello.
And more of the fiends ahead!
Now then, let's see. Well, I was aiming to, help Justice out there, but it doesn't seem to have turned out quite how I wanted it. And you're dead. I don't want to rush downstairs because I think there's a wizard or something down there. And we want everyone to be at their best when we go to fight the wizard. Yep, there he is. There's a mage, if I ever see one. You all wait here.
Sometimes silence is best.
I'm gonna go and stealth the wizard. Excuse me. wants to misdirect my hex. I don't know what to say to him.
As you say.
Except die. How are you guys doing up here? You got it? Yeah, you took care of business. Of course you did. You know you shouldn't chew on that. Don't give me a big sigh. You're the one who's trying to chew on the carpet. Hey! Stop that. Fine. You go in there. When it's late at night, he gets kind of hyper and cranky, like most little boys. Oh. You guys are gross. Having some difficulty hitting it. Alright, and we'll shoot that one down as well. Perfect. Acidic coating? Sure, why not? I should remember to use some of this stuff this time while I'm here. And what have you got, Heretic Disciple? Stamina. And the chest says crystal. And the flesh pod also says crystal, I'm going to assume. It sure does. Alright, speaking of saying crystal.
Very well.
Crystal!
I shall do it.
Crystal! Crystal! Misclick!
Very well.
Crystal! Now we have got a tower of healing, which is going to come in quite handy, let me tell you. Alright, this way. Right into this gross wall of flesh with all of its oozing textures. There we are. And now it's time for the end of the game. I mean, maybe the end of the game. But hee. Yeah, it's the end of the game. And you may have noticed at the beginning of episodes where there are the mother is in the episode, I've put a little warning because I guess this could be construed as nudity? I don't know, man.
None shall see me.
Alright, let's go rolling it up. Hey, what's up? Oh, I'm not invisible anymore.
If it isn't the hero of the hour.
I'm the hero of many hours,
The
so thank you.
slayer of the mighty father, come to claim a reward. Oh, what a delicious day.
I'm not here to claim
They just
anything.
get bigger and uglier, don't they?
This is the mother, surely. A disgusting thing of evil and hate.
Has the Grey Warden come now to slay the mother too? Will she join the father in oblivion?
That's the idea.
He called himself Architect, but that did not change what he was. He said he wanted to free us, but all he brought us was silence. Dreadful silence.
So I can't hear the
But now
sound
the
of
father is gone. The
calling
mother
anymore.
can take her children deep into the earth and care for them, safe and sound.
No one believes you.
Oh, the mother knows your ways. You will not let her be, no, not after what she's done.
No,
So it
you're
must
right.
end. It all must come crashing down!
Alright, if that's what you want.
Perhaps we will hear the song again when we die. Oh, let it come. Let it come.
Yeah, gross. Anyway, final battle. We're all going to get ourselves set up and ready to roll. So I got everything we need there. Death Root Extract, +2 nature damage. We'll use one of those. Justice. You can also use that Deathroot extract. And Adhira is going to use something actually useful. Let's see. +4. +4. The stun isn't going to do anything. +5 spirit. +6 nature. There we go. Okay. Now then, there are going to be a whole lot of tentacles here. And the mother is going to keep casting this thing that basically, yeah. She casts this ability that makes all of your stamina go away and means you can't regain any, which sucks. Anders, you're going to come back here as well. Also to this one. I'm going to try and focus on one at a time. There it is, chain lightning. I'm going to try and focus on her as much as I can. After the chain lightning wears off.
Get on them. Attack!
Assuming the chain lightning wears off. Still being stunned here as well. Okay, good. Now, I believe you had a bomb to
Go
throw.
with the maker.
Alright, so you're not going to. That's fine.
Shall be done.
Wow, Anders, you are not having a good time with things here. Maybe because you didn't take that health poultice I asked you to take. Okay, now then.
As quickly as I can.
Let's see if we can paralyze these things. Well, so far no good. What are you under the influence of? Telekinetic weapons, I guess. Take that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What else can we do? There are a lot of these grubs. But if you go up and attack the mother, and you go up and attack the mother, and I can do some work here. Like so. Okay. Good. So that's a little better.
It is begun.
Anders, what you're doing, stop that thing that you're doing. Which one were you doing there? This one I guess we can hold on to. There's something you're doing, and I don't like it. I want you to stop it. Was it repulsion field? Sounds like it was repulsion field. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you know, stick with it then. Let's do something useful while we're here. Chug one of these. Wait, no, don't chug one of those. Good stuff. Adhira, you don't want to be standing there. Okay, so you got the giant tentacles going on there. Tentacles aren't aren't super useful. But they are a pain in the butt.
I'll show you why that
Take that potion.
age is a beard.
Can we do the Reaving Storm thing?
Fairy.
I must.
There we go. Reaving Storm.
Make us breath. Look at that.
Okay, you can stop Reaving Storming now. You can stop Reaving Storming now. Found one of those, yo. Adhira, what are you doing over there? Like, seriously, come on.
I'm on it.
Did you take that potion? You didn't take that potion. You go back to dealing with the mother.
I'm gonna destroy you. Quickly as I can.
Okay, whatever you're doing, don't do it anymore. How can we put a cramp in that? Somehow I don't think weakness is going to do it. What are you doing up here? Why are you up here?
I am on.
Get back, thieves.
Idiot. Okay. Alright. Someone's being a dum-dum. And chain lightning. Someone else down? I hope not. Can we do the resurrection? It's not on this list here, is it? I'm pretty sure we have it, though. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Oh, okay, it's just number 2. Revival. I really hate chain lightning. I still want you to do what I told you to do, though. Okay, and you got hit with Glyph of Neutralization. Can't cast spells, can't regenerate mana. Of course. Okay, I'm going to try using this Tower of Flame. See how that does for us. Not bad. Can we do a group heal? I guess we can. Seeing as you can't do a group heal, you just take one of these here. Keep at it, yo. Now, why you keep coming to stand here? Okay, so now...
As you say.
Nope, don't crash, don't crash. Don't crash. Did you do the spell I asked you to do?
Very
Doesn't
well.
sound like you did.
It shall be done.
Missed!
We're gonna get that mother. We're gonna get her. She's not gonna like it when we do. There are a lot of these things, and they're all super gross. But we're almost done. Let's see how Justice manages this. Come on, someone had better get a death blow. Nope, no death blow on the mother. That's a shame. There. Okay, well, use a sword after all this time. That's what you really want, Adhira. You can use a sword, I guess. Well, she's dead. Those bugs are now aimless. I should hope. I don't know why they still have the targeting on them. Probably some kind of mod-related bug. I had to reinstall everything. After the deaths of both the Architect and the Mother, nearly all the remaining Darkspawn fled back into the Deep Roads. The raids on Amaranthine came to an abrupt end. Although some of the Architect's disciples likely escaped into the Deep Roads with the rest of their brethren, they have, so far, shown no inclination towards vengeance against the Grey Wardens who killed their savior. Yet the Deep Roads remain plagued by the Darkspawn, and it seems certain that in time another blight will begin. The danger may have passed for now, but the cycle of the old gods continues. Word of the Grey Warden's heroic salvation of Amaranthine spread like wildfire. When the magnitude of the losses at Vigil's Keep came to light, sympathy drove generous donations from all over Ferelden into the region's coffers. Amaranthine was restored to her former glory within a year, Vigil's Keep in 5. Because of the Warden's support for law and order in Amaranthine, Constable Aiden and his men were able to distribute the smugglers' goods to the battered survivors in the grueling days that followed the Darkspawn defeat. The Darkspawn messenger, set free after joining the Wardens in the Battle of Amaranthine, struck out on his own. The city soon buzzed with stories of cloaked but lisping figure who aided travelers in danger. At the same time, reports of isolated cases of the Darkspawn disease emerged. No one connected the two. This is a bug, it shouldn't be here. Although the war devastated many farms in the Arling, all agreed the loss would have been greater without soldiers, or protection. The farm holders developed a certain reverence for the Warden Commander, as well as an ongoing reliance on the Grey Wardens for order and protection. Vigil's Keep stood alone against a horde of Darkspawn. Others' forces outnumbered the Vigil's defenders many times over. But the sturdy dwarven walls proved impervious to any building, boulder, an ogre could throw. The Vigil soldiers, clad in silverite, each held a dozen Darkspawn before they died. The Vigil held one night, then two, then a week, and eventually the attacking horde broke upon her walls. The Keep developed an almost mythic reputation, a few survivors immortalized in song and legend. The Vigil became a trading hub that would eventually eclipse the city of Amaranthine, with traders reassured by guards continually patrolling the pilgrim's path. But prosperity bred scheming and treachery between merchants and nobles, testing the commander's patience for years to come. When I did this epilogue the first time, I didn't make any mistakes. Peace allowed the Wardens to replenish their numbers. Soon, Vigil's Keep bore a capable army with Wardens at its core. From their ranks emerged new heroes to challenge threats to Amaranthine and all of Ferelden. Through taxes and levies, the Vigil was rebuilt. Years later, Voldric Glavenac stood on the battlements and pronounced that the defenses were acceptable. He would never speak more highly of any human engineering. Dark whispers of conspiracy against the Wardens fell silent after a rash of accidents and disappearances culminated in the apparent suicide of Ban Esmerel. The nobles of Amaranthine remained dutiful. Some even suggested they were cowed into submission. I don't know who would suggest that. Among the many legends that the Vigil spawned was one of the great heroes of the next age, a shepherder turned soldier by the name of Sir Alec the Valiant, who eventually founded an order of knights that lasted 1,000 years. The commander's blade, Vigilance, crafted from the bones of an ancient dragon, was boldly stolen by Antivan crows. The blade changed hands many times thereafter, with some master swordsmen pursuing the weapon their entire lives. Some claim that this legendary blade has had a life of its own, and that its power is steadily growing. Dworkin Glavenac further refined his lyrium sand explosive, but left the Warden's employ after Qunari mercenaries tried to assassinate him. Although the Dwarven Bombardier took his secrets with him, the learned say he left clues for others to follow in his footsteps. The Vigil's soldiers, wearing the distinctive silverite armor that Master Wade crafted, came to be known as the Silver Order. Under the tutelage of the Wardens, the Silver Order developed into one of Ferelden's most revered military forces, a lasting memory of the Vigil's famous commander. With Vallana and the Architect gone from the region, the Pilgrim's Path began to see traffic again. The massacre of the militiamen and the merchants, however, led to hostilities between the neighboring human settlements and any Dalish clans that passed by. One human villager soon kidnapped and murdered a Dalish child. The clans reacted by giving the Wending Wood a wide berth, but both sides know that at some point the elves will return for revenge. A few years after Calhirol was emptied of the Darkspawn, Orzammar began sending expeditions to rediscover the knowledge of smithing that had been lost within the Taig. Eventually, House Helmi decided that Calhirol was too important to be abandoned. At a tremendous cost of dwarven lives, they cleared the tunnels leading to Calhirol of all Darkspawn, making the road between Orzammar and the fortress safe again. Calhirol was reclaimed for Orzammar once and for all. As promised, Roldric and Dworkin presented Orzammar's Shaperate with a stone marker that told of how Calhirol's castless had taken up arms against the Darkspawn. The commander of the Grey was invited to Orzammar as a guest of honor at a feast commemorating the defenders of Calhirol. The Shaper read the names of the castless off the marker, then presided over a ceremony to return them to the stone, as befitted warriors of their stature. In time, the Arling began to forget the tales of apparitions in the Black Marsh, and ever so slowly settlers drifted into the region. Scholars said the veil was still thin, and thus the area still dangerous, but the people only cared that there were no longer frightened whispers in the shadows. The village was slowly rebuilt. Twice the Baroness's mansion was rebuilt and occupied, once by a wealthy merchant, and another time by an Orlesian mage. Both died mysteriously. Afterwards the mansion was torn down completely, and the site left untouched. Now, the characters each have their own epilogue, but you may not recognize them, because the version of the characters here are the originals, not the remastered ones, in the Dragon Age Awakening Redesigned mod. Anders remained with the Grey Wardens a few years longer, training the Order's next generation of mages, but when the Circle Tower called on him to deliver a lecture on the nature of the Architect, much to the Templars' dismay, Anders told the commander of the Grey that his time with the Wardens was over. And yet, not 2 months later, Anders returned to the Order. Ever after, the Wardens were his home and his lasting companions until Dragon Age 2. When the walls of Vigil's Keep were breached, the surviving defenders watched in horror as a section of stone collapsed upon Vallana. When the rubble was later cleared, however, there was no body. Vallana was just gone. Nathaniel managed to survive the battle at Vigil's Keep, leading a spirited defense in the last minutes to protect his family home. That ferocity impressed many of his fellow soldiers, who hoisted him to their shoulders and paraded him around the courtyard when the battle was done. After spending a number of years with the Wardens, Nathaniel realized that life was not for him. He said goodbye to his sister Delilah and his new nephew, and then left to seek his fortune. In time, that nephew became a Grey Warden himself, in emulation of Nathaniel, then rose to Warden Commander. He brought honor to the Howe name once again, and that's nice. Justice, and now you'll see the biggest difference in character design. The redesigned mod made Justice look like, or rather made Kristoff look like he did in the web series, rather than this. Justice served the Grey Wardens for many years, remaining in touch with Aura, the widow of Kristoff. She grew uncomfortable with the body's decay, however, and the day she told Justice she could no longer see him was the day he left the Order. Justice wished his comrades well, then Kristoff's body slumped to the ground dead. Aura finally had a body to mourn. If the spirit itself remains alive, it has not shown itself. Yet. With the mother dead, Sigrun seemed to lose her purpose. She withdrew from her friends in the Order and spoke to them less and less each day. One morning, Sigrun was simply absent, her bed made and her trunk emptied. A young recruit who had been up in the night said she had left for her calling, gone to finish what she started in Calhirol. A fitting end, if sad. As for the savior of Ferelden, she did not remain as commander of the Grey for long. The Darkspawn were no longer a real concern, the blight well and truly over. It was time for her to move on. She returned to life at court, resuming her duties as Queen of Ferelden and receiving a hero's welcome when she rode back into the capital. King Alistair awaited her at the palace gates, grinning from ear to ear. Some years later, the savior of Ferelden vanished entirely. Nobody knows for what purpose she departed, yet neither does anyone think her tale is complete. And a few extras. I guess we're gonna see this again. There should be 2 more epilogues. There should be 2 more. Okay. And the other epilogues? Okay, what's happening? Seriously, what's going on here? I mean, as satisfying as that is, which honestly not that satisfying, I don't want to see it 4 or 5 times. Okay, good. Yeah, great. That's fine. That's enough. That's enough. I'll catch up to you. Okay, here we go, finally. And I missed the first part, saying that Roland took over as the Ban, or rather took over from his father, and ran the day-to-day activities of his estate. However, he did not forsake his duties as a warden, and took on the task of training new recruits and junior members. Your loyal Mabari was found in the keep ruins. He was battered and mangled, but alive. He was eventually taken back to Highever, where he spent his last years in retirement. Aw, good dog. And that's the end. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.